Hello, my dudes. You might be wondering, Joanna, where the heck are you? I'm sitting underneath my living room table because my house is in shambles. I mentioned this in the description box in my last video, but these men walked in, ripped out all the windowsills, and started just redoing them. We had to newspaper the whole house to make sure that we didn't ruin our wooden floors, and now they haven't come back. Our house is a mess. We don't know what's happening. But anyways, you've probably already read the title. Today, I'm gonna finally get my G1 driver's license. I don't know if it works the same way everywhere, but in Canada, first you have to do a written test, which is the G1, and then you have to wait 8 months to then get behind the wheel and drive and make sure you don't crash. And then the Canadian government is going to make sure that you still don't crash and throw you in a car a year later and have you drive again on the highway. So yeah, today's the first step. I'm just writing it. I'm getting it done. I'm getting past this. I'm tired of being a dependent Debbie, you know? I want to get my own things done. I want to be an independent woman. Originally, I'd purchased the actual driver's ed book to study for this test, but bold of you to assume that I was actually going to read a nonfiction book, so I just did the next best thing and downloaded the app. Things have been going well. I've been studying for the last 10 minutes, so I'd say I'm in pretty tip-top shape to write this test and pass. I'll admit, the first practice test I did, I got 40%. Not my proudest moment. But then, the last 3 tests I took, 100% idiot. If that doesn't get me into the next Fast and Furious, because let's be honest here, Vin Diesel is never going to stop Vin Dieseling, then I don't know what will. Nevertheless, though, I'm human, and I still have a couple points that I need to just watch out for when I'm taking the test, and I would like to share that with you now. Number 1, pedestrians always have the right of way, which honestly is offensive because I'm always right. Number 2, I can't have any alcohol in my system when I'm driving, which is going to be really difficult for me because we all know that I love to lay it on the whiskey. And number 3, I can't use my headlights to purposefully blind people on the road. Who came up with that idea? That was my main fighting point. Are you serious, right? But anyways, I'm going to keep on studying for a little bit, and then when it's around 9 a.m., we'll head out and get this thing done. This is John Cena signing out. It's been 365 days since I saw sunlight. My dudes, I've been studying for 30 minutes. I know, woe is me. At one point, I even got tired of doing the practice test, so I just started playing Mario Kart. I mean, it got the job done, I think, so. But in all seriousness, though, it's almost time to go. I did as much as I could possibly do with the practice tests. Let's get going. It was time to leave. I had done what I could in the books. My watch screamed at me that it was already 9 a.m., so I put on the most dapper outfit I could possibly muster. What can I say? I was not here to play games. The cowboy boots said enough. Yeah, my jeans were cool, but did you see those cowboy boots? Of course my shirt was comfortable. But did you see those thrifted cowboy boots that were $34 and originally from Capezio? Yeah, I was ready to get stuff done, and by that I mean gain the ability to wreak havoc on the road legally. And it was all thanks to those boots. They were giving me divine power. My feet were on fire. Okay, why don't we take 3 steps back there? But anyways, it was time that I head out and brave the obstacles that were ahead of me. A journey of the highest order was about to begin, but nay, I was not about to go through it alone. Turns out my friend Jade also didn't have her driver's license. Everyone, this is Jade. She was in my prom video and we've been friends for over a decade. She's one of my only friends, but we won't talk about that. We decided to tag team this madness together. We would defeat this monster in unison. Oh, how naive we were. So I bribed and kidnapped Jade, loaded her into the back seat, and off to the drive test location we were headed.
I think it's a stop sign, isn't it? Did you just...
Oh, this isn't sketchy at all.
Ooh, let's drive that one. Can we just pick the car we want? If you pass any car and you can drive it.
It was finally time that we entered the lion's den. We had parked the car, and 2 minutes later we were waiting in a line to get some form so that the scary government workers could make sure we weren't 2 walking butts that walked in with stolen identities. The line was slow. Abysmally slow. It might have actually been moving at 1 millimeter a minute. The only other thing of interest that happened here was that we found out the test cost 160 fat Canadian dollars. I'm sorry, I didn't realize I had to get scammed to be allowed to drive. Thank you very much. This was when things took a generous nosedive. So neither my dad nor I knew this, but apparently you had to bring your passport to be able to write the test. Did I know this? Nope, and frankly, it's entirely my fault. Of course you need government-issued ID to get a driver's license, Joanna. Have you lost your mind? So my dad and I made a very dramatic call to Mother Goose and asked her very nicely to come and drop off my passport.
Okay, so here's the tea.
Let me lay it down for you, okay? I didn't bring my passport, so now I'm asking my mom to come and bring it for me like a privileged, spoiled little teen.
Your mom is the MVP.
Actually.
The GOAT.
Yes.
The goat.
No, I'm fine. I'm so happy right now.
Honestly, my mother saved the day. My dad took one for the team and left because my mother was on her way and she would soon be able to look after us rascals. So, Jade and I had like a good 10 minutes of unsupervised chaos. We started off by seeing how long we could survive with the other's glasses. Newsflash, I might have blinded Jade with my old lady glasses where the lenses are so thick they don't even fit in the frame. But that wasn't enough, so we then proceeded to raid the vending machine. I think the last time I ate something like this was in grade school, but it didn't make it any less fun. Were we hungry? Maybe. It's more like eating because we're nervous for the test, but that's just a minor detail. I ate this chocolate chip protein bar, and Jade ate this cashew protein bar, which made me feel excluded because I've never had a cashew in my life. I mean, it looked good. She was obviously enjoying it. Mother Goose had descended from the heavens! Things were momentarily looking up. I got back in line and went through the whole snail's pace business once again, but I didn't mind. I was gonna walk out of that building a free, driving woman. Meanwhile, it was almost Jade's turn to go and write her test. Nerves were high. She would be the first soldier into battle. Would she come out victorious, or would she come out in pieces? We had no way of knowing. We said our goodbyes and well wishes, and into the gallows Jade went. I never saw her again after that. I'm kidding, Jade survived. The test literally took her like no time and she got only one wrong. A feat attempted by many yet accomplished by few. We were ecstatic. If only I'd been in that room to see her disarm all of the intimidating questions with nothing more than her brain power. But alas, this did not take away from the fact that I still had a long way to go. I was ticket number 398 and they were still on 367. Oh my god, they just called number 396! The anxiety went through the roof here. I was heaving air through my lungs. I walked my little tushy up to the counter where they took photos, checked my eyes, smelled my breath, discussed politics, hypnotized me. I also paid that absurd fine to just take the test. Screw you for making my credit card bleed. And with that, my cowboy boots and I walked off to the examination room where all hell would certainly break loose. Nervous was I? Yes, but I had fire in my eyes. I destroyed the computers, broke the chairs, threw everyone out the window, and held the attendant hostage. I walked out of the building victorious. Through all of that muscle work, I had somehow managed to get my G1 driver's license.
You know what, Mom? Now that I have my G1, I expect to be respected, okay? I can literally steal the car and like drive to Iceland. Yeah. Stop laughing, okay? Also, I want a car. Give me a car. It has to be pink. It has to have car lashes. It doesn't have to be a Tesla because I don't want to make Elon Musk's bank account even fatter than it already is.
Anyways, after that was over and done with, it was time to celebrate. We dropped Jade off at her home and then drove home ourselves. I went out for a quick run, and when I got back, looking all tomato in the face, I got dressed and off to the movies we were headed. You see, here's the thing. My dad heard that Rambo Last Blood was playing in movie theaters on that same day, and he just couldn't stay in his seat. We had to go and watch it. I mean, catharsis of the highest order, sign me the heck up. I don't care if Sylvester Stallone is literally using a cane, I will watch it. This was no exception. It's also an excuse to eat popcorn. I can't even remember the last time I had popcorn. It was delightful. Probably had enough preservatives to make me grow a third arm, but maybe I want a third arm. Don't you dare judge me. I'll be 3/8 of the way to a full octopus. Then I'll really have it all. The movie, you may be wondering, what did I think of it? Well, that's a rabbit hole I'm willing to go down if you are too. But be aware, I will be spoiling the whole thing. So if that's not your cup of tea, the video's over. I love you and I'll see you in the next one. Spoilers begin in 10, 9, 7, 3. Okay, let's begin. I think it goes without saying that, like every Rambo movie, this movie is not for those who want to analyze character development or plot construction. It's just 90 minutes of Stallone doing Stallone things. And as much as I myself can find it entertaining, I found a couple of aspects in the plot to be lacking. For instance, I would have appreciated some more character development on Gabrielle and Maria's parts so that we could actually sympathize with them. This is the first Rambo movie without an actual political storyline. For example, in the previous movies, he was fighting Burmese criminals or saving prisoners of war, but in this one, the conflict is on a much more personal level, and at the end of the story, it just seemed like he was killing for the sake of killing because not enough work was done to highlight the emotional toll that Gabrielle's death had on him. There are also some other minor issues with the plot. For example, the woman who saves Rambo after he gets nearly killed by the human traffickers does not return to the story, and her story is essentially forgotten. Another instance was that whole exchange between Gabrielle and her biological father. It was just awfully written and borderline
cringy. I mean, I still really enjoyed the movie. Heck, I want a tunnel system under my house. I'd totally mess with that. But I don't want to say it was perfect either.
Anyways, once the movie ended, it was still quite early, so my dad decided to kill some time and visit Elon Musk's man cave, aka the Tesla store. Now, remember when I said that I didn't need to have a Tesla like 3 seconds ago? Right, that's true. I probably won't get one, but my dad will. He has grown a fascination for Teslas over the past couple months, and I can't say I haven't been enjoying it. You see, I've never really been that into cars. I don't really know all the different brands or models and that type of stuff. Jade actually said it very well a couple days ago. To me, cargo beep beep. It's simply a horseless carriage. But back to Teslas. What the heck is this? Is it like some kind of bug? Why? Also, interesting factoid, there are 4 acceleration modes on Teslas. Chill, Sport, Ludicrous, and Ludicrous Plus. So yeah, that's cool, I guess. That's it. So yeah. See ya.